Aye, I've called this Vasana, and I'll need to read my notes. I'm sorry because there's quite a lot and I don't want to get it wrong. Vasanas are obstacles to spiritual growth and happiness. They are obstacles because they are skewed from our past experiences, opinions, and desires. They create restlessness in the mind and attachments to objects of the desire. They are material objects of love or success. In order to obtain spiritual growth and eventual liberation, the yogi must free himself or herself from vasana. Practice such as meditating, pranayama, and mantra are really good and can release the freedom from the vasana. Pranayama is a breath work, using your breath. There's many different, if it was to do with blocks in your heart chakra, maybe you had experienced yourself a lot of grief, a lot of hurt, a lot of betrayal, and you close your heart down to love or to seeing things from a different point of view. You could use your breath for that particular chakra. If it's maybe to do with your root chakra, to do with how you grew up, how you see the world, how you were maybe treated as a child, that would be your root chakra. And there would be breath work that you could do to unlock that. And there's the yoga practices. Really, they release and unblock all your chakras because they work at releasing stuff that we carry about in our emotional body that we've no idea that we did. Now, I've always continued. I qualified, was it 2009, and I drew yoga teacher, and then 2 years later as a meditation teacher. And I've always maintained my practice because I know how good it makes me feel. And it's like not having a shower in the morning or not having your breakfast or whatever. It just makes my day feel out of sync. So I do it for my own spiritual practice and my own self-development, but also to keep that continuity and the connection with the divine and my spirit team going, and my departed loved ones, and any information I require, we will bring that forward, but also brings an offer tremendous amount of healing and growth to my life and to my business and my personal life. And it helps me sleep better, it helps me with stress, helps me with my hearing, just helps me with my lifestyle in general. But you can even do the 3 breaths, like breathing into your nose and out through your mouth, and doing that 3 times, and then just sitting in silence for maybe 5 minutes or a couple of minutes. Or if you get time at your work, any time you get maybe a little space, maybe on your own, just even 5 minutes, and just sitting and just asking for maybe a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help, a little bit of energy, a little bit of guidance to where you could maybe be helping yourself, maybe be doing something different. You maybe have lost all ideas or all train of thoughts where you could maybe help yourself. When I first started out in my practice, my higher guide and my higher awareness, I was at that point, particularly when I was doing my meditation teacher training, a lot of guidance came forward for myself, and it kind of freaked me out a wee bit. But at that point, I was always feeling sick, and I'd been sick quite a lot. And I used to love, the orange juice out the cartons, and I used to drink a lot of Diet Cola, much to my horror. The damage that does to you, your gut and your mind and everything, really. I only now would have an odd can of that or a drink of that. Very few and far between her if I get a wee notion for it. But anyway, I had drank orange juice that day, and I really wasn't feeling. I was feeling as if I was about to just throw up. I felt really awful about it. And anyway, the guidance that came forward when I was deep in meditation was I was to take the orange juice out my, not to have it anymore because it wasn't good for me. It was causing me to be sick, and it was in most. And I thought, why did I? And I questioned, why was I getting information for myself first of all, but I questioned why could I not see that was doing that to myself? I was actually causing myself to be unwell, and my body was changing, and my food tastes were changing, my taste buds were changing, things I used to love I didn't like anymore, but I was really in tune with what was right for my body, and I just went through this cleansing process, and I just couldn't take orange juice. I will take an odd orange juice now and again. I quite like an orange and mango, but and I can eat oranges, and I could, if I juiced them myself, I would, it would be lovely. I would have that, but to actually have, like, you know how you get the processed stuff like in a bottle or a can or whatever, it just doesn't agree with me at all. It makes me very sick. And I drank that a lot, and a lot with the Diet Cola. I don't know why I did that, but it's just something I did. And I didn't have any inclination before then that was causing me a lot of problems. With, what was the other thing I was going to say to you? With meditation, that really, it helps you in many levels. You get information that you couldn't get for another person. You be your own guru, be your own internal, keep this relationship going with your guides and your loved ones. A lot of people think when their loved one passes away, that's it, that's the end of it, and it's really not. It's actually a new beginning. It's a beginning of something absolutely amazing if you would only just take the time out. I mean, if your loved ones were here, you would take time out to go and have a coffee with them, or go and meet up or spend some time with them. So it's just like the same. Keep this relationship going. Keep this. Your spirit team are really dedicated to you and your life, and your guardian angels. They'll help you when maybe nobody else will help you. They'll bring forward information for you it's really like gold dust, and it's like a gold mine, the information that they'll bring forward, and it'll help you on your path. And it doesn't have to be that you sit there and meditate for hours or days at a time. It doesn't have to be like that. It just can be a way of life, and the information comes to you and flows to you and for you for the highest good of everybody. And you may also get information for other people. It'll just help you. It'll help you to change, basically, things about yourself, maybe that you're not that keen on. You're not that keen in where you are or what you're doing, or maybe some attitudes or opinions that you brought forward throughout your life that's not even yours. It could be carried down and you don't even know where you've got them from, and you want to change this, or you want to change your desires, or you want to move beyond the way you were brought up, maybe in your family. Maybe your family are always living from a place of lack, and you want to be living from a place of abundance. Then you can change that. You can change your life. You can change your path. You don't have to be your past or your parents or your ancestors' past. You can be your own past, future, and you can leave the past behind. It doesn't mean to say you leave anybody else behind. I'm just going to give you a card here from the Guardian Angel cards before I finish. And this is 8 of emotion. The number 8 is the sign of abundance, and this lady is just looking lovingly through. I want to say it's through the veils of illusion, but I feel this is your departed loved one from the spirit world. They're just stepping forward, and they're just eagerly looking through the porthole to see you, and they're just really pleased at how you're being, and they were going to help you on your life of abundance, and they're going to help you call that forward, what is rightfully yours. And this message here is just saying you feel a deep longing for something meaningful in your life. In your heart, you know that there's more out there waiting for you in the world. It may be time to switch careers, move to a new home or city, or initiate other important changes. Do what's right for you and seek out a magical new life. Wow. And this year is the year of miracles. So tap into that magic, and what's rightfully yours will be yours. But just call it forward. That's how you do it. Thank you. Bye-bye.